Hi, you're watching K-On! Trivial Facts and Random Thoughts, Episode 5. Here I point out some interesting details in Season 2 of K-On! That you may have noticed, or not. Errors may be made in this video, and facts may not be 100% accurate. And if you find that I made a mistake, place a comment down in this comment section below, or send me a message. Now, let's begin. At the beginning of this episode, we see Ui eating toast. Since it's yellow, I would assume that it's butter, but considering that it's coming from a jar, I'm guessing it's jam, either peach or apricot. When Ui enters Yui's room, you can see down by her nightstand there are the plushies that she had to clean out during the spring cleaning. Also, notice Yui's bed. It hasn't been made yet, and considering that Ui's pretty much the mom of the house, it makes me wonder why Ui hasn't done it for her dear old sister. In this episode, Azusa imagines how Yui would be if she were more responsible. Now, it kinda confuses me that she has to put thick eyebrows on every other member. Now, this is the first time that we get to see June in a scene longer than 10 seconds. Now, these girls must be very photogenic, because it's not very normal if you take pictures with bread. So Ui and the others enter the upperclassmen's classroom. They were sent to retrieve Yui's lunchbox, but I'm just wondering, why would she want to put her lunch in that bag? Later on, June and Azusa tell Ui that Yui won't be home for the next 2 days, so she starts crying because she'll be the only one inside the house. But I think she's crying because her sister won't be around for 2 days. Now, the jazz club has a wide variety of instruments. Judging by the cases, there are trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, baritones, trombones, and various stringed instruments. In this frame, it shows that Azusa and the 2 freshmen are using amps, but when they're playing, it's as if they're not using their amps at all.
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4。
When the girls are over for supper that night, Ui makes a little extra. Now, if she calls that a little extra, how much does Yui actually eat? Is it just me, or do those green donuts look unappetizing? And epic headbutt. Now, if you remember in the last episode, I noted how Ui and Yui have the same hairstyle, but in this episode, they clearly make a distinction between Ui and Yui. In Azusa's second fantasy of this episode, notice how Azusa and Mio are wearing the winter uniform while the others are wearing the summer uniform. This next one is after the girls wake up. It's one thing for June to fall off the bed, but it's another thing for her to be upside down. When they're doing each other's hair, Azusa says she hates her hair because people compare it to an anime figurine. It's kind of ironic now that you think of it. When Azusa and the others arrive at the school to feed Tanchan and decide to play music together, aside from Ui playing Yui's guitar, this is the first time that we hear that Ui has musical experience. If you remember the best phone call ever that I noted in my last video, it actually makes an appearance in this episode. If you want to see these 2 scenes played side by side, click on this annotation right here. When Yui hugs Azusa from behind, you can hear that Azusa makes a nya sound. Isn't that the cutest? Now, the last thing in this episode is when everyone denies practice. Ritsu says they still have desynchronosis, also known as jet lag. The funny thing is that the girls didn't take a flight to Kyoto. That about does it for this episode. On the next episode, we'll be discovering the joys and the sorrows of the rain. Now, if you notice something interesting in K-On!, something that makes you think, or something that I missed, contact me. And now, I'll see you later.